It is the season and the time to let your inner wisdom blare outer reality, validated by your knowledge, not as a dual inquiry, but one unbounded whole that helps convert your intuition to insight on more than empirical grounds, with only internal echoes balanced by personalized reasoning, reflection, and a less external mind chattering or dialogue. Inner wisdom without outer reality. What does this mean? Know what you know. How can you realize your inner wisdom without outer reality? Which is the reason why most do not know what they know and how they know what they know. And they do not know what they do consciously. Yet billions have been tuned and turned into automatons and unaware of who or what is conscious. What we desire and what we want is Bantu spirituality and culture, where actions speaks louder than words, and what you do consciously will achieve inwardly what is outwardly and the outer reality. Therefore, you need to raise up your vibrations, just like raising the Jedi pillar. To understand this concept, which is a little bit touchy, we want to look at a thought, inner wisdom, and reality, Maati and cosmic order, dual realities, connection with deities, symbolism and rituals, cycles of life and death, inner wisdom and enlightenment, and the last but not least, universal principles. Thought and inner wisdom reality. Thought, the word thought or thought is a divinity, because though it is disputed that the English word thought and the name thought share conceptual ties, it is very clear that the association is not only cognition, wisdom, or mental process, but it insinuates a linguistic sameness in terms of origin. The etymology of thought is related to Old English and Germanic languages, which came from the Proto-Indo-European languages, while Toti's name in ancient Hamit is Jahuti or Tahuti. He taught inner wisdom without outer reality. Say the true student will read between the lines and gain wisdom. If the light is in you, the light which is engraved in these tablets will respond. This is a challenge of vibration. We know that the pursuit of wisdom in ancient Hamit in Africa and the thought processes that accompanied that had a lot of intellectual knowledge based on it, driving it, but also there was a moral and a practical aspect which gave insight and a knowledge. It is through thought and inner wisdom and the reality that instructions of Tao Te, the maxims of Ani, and the instructions of Anememat will breed within us a proper conduct to develop inner wisdom without outer reality clutter. This is how and where we find wisdom. Where does inner wisdom come from? Let's define inner wisdom first from an African perspective. Our ancient sages taught that wisdom is the harmonious alignment with Maati Ubuntu knowing, embracing ethical conduct, divine principles, self-awareness, and the practical application of knowledge for a virtuous life. There are only two sources of what one will eventually know: internal, which is self, and external, which is from other sources. We have listed over 16 of external sources, 5 of what we would call internal sources of knowledge. The aim, when we compare these two sources, is to find a bridge and to select from here to there so that you grow within and you start to grow not by relying on external but causing the internal source of knowledge to grow. It is very important, therefore, that you need wisdom. You need Ubuntu Maati wisdom, which is a proper tool to highlight the critical nuances and possible challenges in your selection of that which is valid to you in terms of knowledge between internal and external sources, especially when it comes to the alien source and Chitauri influence in our lives. In African spirituality and Bantu spirituality, our preachers taught that you are the ancestor, you are the link and the connection to what is divine. Once you realize you are the master of your reality, your awareness will unlock the door to your true potential, which is the kingdom of heaven, which is within you. And when you know that, you will find it. This is why inner wisdom without outer reality clutter must be your lifelong aim. Here is how to grow inner wisdom without outer clutter. We look at the second one, Maati and cosmic order. It is clear that harmonious, balanced cosmic order, truth, reciprocal flow of health, wealth, and prosperity demands that you have enough and correct wisdom and knowledge in balance. But knowledge must never override or greater than wisdom. Wisdom, as we have seen, is the harmonious alignment with Maati Ubuntu, knowing, embracing ethical conduct, divine principles, self-awareness, and the practical application of knowledge for a virtuous life. Maati was God Jahute's wife. Sometimes too much spirituality leads to an unconscious output physically, where it is destructive. And you find people tolerating trans slave, tolerating Islamic slave of melanin-dominant people. That's why they have never spoken about it or apologized. And then when you are taught to love your enemies, to love those that hate you, it's a sign that your inner wisdom has been overridden by your external or reality. Consciousness and non-dual awareness, when it connects to you, these are the dual realities, where we have for the subject, the spirit, the mind, the knower, the thinker, the inner self, overriding the ego, overriding the object, the matter, the body, the known, the thoughts, the outer, and other. When you know who you are, and when you know that your earthly journey with actions and deeds in this physical world will have a consequence that will create as above and as below a universe that is either your inner creation or an external creation given to you by those that have taken over. Inner wisdom without outer reality. Let's look at the fourth concept, connection with the deities. Reality was seen as interconnected with the divine. The ancient Africans believed in a pantheon of divinities and goddesses, gods and goddesses, who influenced various aspects of life. Individuals were encouraged to align their actions with the will of the gods to maintain cosmic balance. So when we say, may the gods appear, we knew that they were the gods connected to us via our ancestors. Let's look at symbolism and the rituals. Symbolism plays a significant role in understanding reality. Symbols and rituals are used to connect with spiritual forces and energies and force fields that convey deeper meanings and deeper realities that are within us and ensure alignment with cosmic order. For instance, hieroglyphics, nzibidi, and other gestures provide spiritual avenues for our spiritual insight to connect to our inner wisdom without anything to do with external reality. Terminating cycles of life and death ensures that your inner wisdom without outer reality is not reabsorbed back into the waters of Nyunyu or anthropic waters, and your conscious life and proper death will allow you to break that cycle or reincarnating cycle. Let's look at number 7, inner wisdom and enlightenment. Attaining inner wisdom and enlightenment as a spiritual goal means that you absorb the teachings of other priest scholars, not considering external, but aligning yourself with their self-discovery as you discover yourself also. And it's a reminder, or it's more of a memory jog, and it gives you a deeper understanding of your place within the cosmic order. Knowledge without power, knowledge which is not applied, knowledge which is neutral, is not considered as a pathway to spiritual enlightenment. And your inner wisdom without outer reality will still lock you and lock and extinguish your divine spark. Universal principles. The greatest scholars and teachers, priests and thinkers from ancient Africa and all over the earth sought to convey universal principles that were perceived as an extension beyond our individuality. That was correct. Those principles were aimed not at guiding us to look at the external, but helping us toward a harmonious existence in both the earthly as well as the other realms that vibrated above the earthly. This way, the universe, as well as even the cosmos we dwell in, becomes one with us, because the whole universe comes into you by your two eyes. Of course, whilst we know that the Milky Way is huge and massive, and that the only stars that you can see are in this yellow circle, but look, with our instrumentation and our imagination, we have extended and we can continue to expand from inner to outer until we encompass and understand the whole universe. It is very, very important that you realize that your inner wisdom without outer reality has the inner power to reflect the outer, including all the aspects of knowledge, wisdom, and spirituality. Practices such as spirituality, African spirituality, these practices including metaphysics, alchemy, voodoo, astrology, numerology, symbology, cosmology, the divinities, and calling upon our ancestors, are not different or distinct branches, but are one holistic practice. This is how our ancient ancestors perceived everything. So it's not an easy thing to destroy your outer intentions, because you have to change your eternal reality which is inside you. Without you shifting any reality using inner intention versus outer intention paradigm, reality will shift and move away from you. So your outer intentions will eventually connect you to those intentions that are considered paranormal, magic, and mystical. Yet that outer intention will become a force used against you as a mechanism to cause you to have misgivings, to wars and destruction. So your intentions, outer and inner intentions, must have a very clear distinguishing line, and that line most of the time is growing inner wisdom, which is a lifelong journey that involves continual self-reflection, learning, and personal development. While there is no one-size-fits-all, it is clear that it is suggested that given these facts that we have shared here, just a little thimble, there is more that can contribute to the cultivation of inner wisdom. Inner wisdom without outer reality is a result of knowing your thought, your inner wisdom, and reality. Knowing Maati and cosmic order, knowing dual realities, understanding the connection with the divinities, symbolism, and rituals, deciding now to break this life cycle of rebirth and death, reincarnation. You must go into reincarnation voluntarily to know inner wisdom and enlightenment, and also following universal principles. You should never forget your inner wisdom, as well as how it should interact with external realities. If you fail to know that your inner wisdom without outer reality is your key to the unknowable creator, you continue unconsciously to behave like the thinking of salvation or power as an external gift to be earned, whilst billions think that way and they are tuned into that frequency as automatons. They are unaware of who actually must be awakened or become conscious. It is your spirit, it is your soul, umoya wako mweya, your ninefold soul. It needs nehast, which is a ancient African Hamitic term which means attaining spiritual enlightenment or enlightenment, that experiences the state of conscious awareness of self and the awareness of a divine connection. That is the key that you need to be connected to all reality, right up to the chasm here. This is where we all aim to come and go via ancestors, via the divinities and into the chasm, right to touch this section. It's a challenge, but it can be done. There are things that you should do today, tomorrow, next year. There are things that you must connect to, which we cannot share in this short video. Therefore, for more information, please do not hesitate to email us on join@marefado.com. Till we meet again, remember, inner wisdom without outer reality is what you need to start to interact with the unknowable creator as you sit at the chasm. Yes, you are the ancestor who shall connect us to the chasm as well as to the divinities and to the unknowable creator. Amen.